Who'd have thought that when I asked her, and I got down on one knee, that to meet her expectations would be so damn hard for me? 'Cause this girl I fell in love with, 'cause she's chilled and cool and funny, has now turned into Bridezilla and is squandering all our money. I've tried to tell her there's a budget, but I might as well not say. I've used phrases such as destitute and buggered to convey. She agreed to make some cutbacks and watch the pennies till we wed, so we decided to f*** off Waitrose and shop at Morrison's instead. For the engagement ring I forked out nearly £1,800. I'm a qualified accountant, but I've had to get a paper round. And when it came to choose the venue, we found an all-in package deal. 15 grand it's going to cost. I hope her parents split the bill. A photographer's been hired to capture moments throughout the day. They better make us look like Posh and Becks, the amount we've had to pay. And you won't believe how much those cheeky has charged me at the florist's. I've ordered several garden roses, not an entire forest. She's been shopping for her wedding dress with the bridesmaids by her side. They've had to make a late adjustment because her is slightly wide. For my suit I wanted navy, but the missus wanted grey. Now every time I use the toilet, there'll be a patch on display. For the stag I wanted Iceland and to see the northern lights, but the lads all booked bars in Spain for 7 nights. At least the hen was more refined. She chose a meal with wine and bants. But when the stripper arrived, she came to life and shoved a sausage down his pants. She said it's all about the wedding and not the honeymoon. So we've booked a night in Wolverhampton and a fortnight in Cancun. She wants to arrive in style, so she booked a special car. For me, it's Ron from Uber, and he's only got 1 star. The moment has arrived and all the guests are in their seats, full of loving friends and family, some we hardly ever meet. And I hear the entrance music, but it's not the wedding march. We chose that song by Right Said Fred that in the 90s topped the charts. I must admit she looks amazing as she's walking down the aisle, and I haven't worn a suit like this since I was last on trial. Our vows are just the usual, because we're really not that fussed, and although we say we do, we mean we will do if we must. Can you think of any reason why these two should not be wed? Yeah, I can. We should have spent the dough on a bigger house instead. The minister takes a moment to pronounce us man and wife. It makes me feel like I'm a convict and I've just been given life. For the 3-course wedding breakfast, we made the perfect table plan. We split the friends but kept heads with the heads where we can. And we decided to name the tables after places we've made love. Table 1 is called Sierra. Table 4 is called the pub. After food, the best man's speech, with tales of drunken nights aplenty. He explains how I'm a good bloke now, but I when I was 20. A speech from Dad about his daughter, and about how he's gained a son. Does he know that whilst he was in bed one night, I was downstairs giving her one? A daughter marries someone like their father, so they say. Well, I didn't realise that I was such a until today. Nah, in fairness, I don't mind him. He likes similar things to me. Because on the stag do at he stood on a chair to see. All the ladies tell the bride she looks amazing in her dress. But behind her back they're whispering, my God, she looks a mess. As the evening guests arrive, they place their presents on the pile, then head straight to the complimentary bar, which is ending in a while. With the beers and spirits flowing, there's the usual drunken rage between the best man and his girlfriend. How come we're not engaged? I went to Greece once for a wedding and saw a similar debate, and things there became so heated that they started smashing plates. The worst thing about the wedding night is having to do the rounds, spending hours making small talk with a bunch of clowns. Her mum insisted we invite her aunt and uncle Tim and Evelyn, because their daughter's getting married soon and we've been invited to the evening. We can't relax, not for a second. What now, for goodness sake? We were just about to enjoy ourselves. Now it's time to cut the cake. The entire room starts cheering as the silver knife goes in. There's 150 evening guests. You better cut the slices thin. First dance, and it's the anthem from our trip to Niagara Falls. It was the first time I said I love you, when she cut. The evening buffet gets served up with choices varied and extensive. Bloody wants to be the price we paid. She chose the most expensive. The guests will leer at every item before grabbing what they can. It's as if they're window shopping in the heart of Amsterdam. Pretty soon we're all up dancing to the usual party tunes. Macarena locomotion. It'll be Rick Astley soon. I'm up dancing, they're all staring. I'm a legend, I'm a catch. But I'm forgetting they're only staring because I'm wearing grey and there's a patch. All in all, the day's been perfect, and I'm left with no regret. And who cares if when I'm 65, I'm still in debt? Because as we wave off all the guests and start to settle for the night, I cannot help but smile and think, oh yes, we got that right. We had plans to tear our clothes off when we booked the bridal suite, but it's clear upon arriving we've had far too much to eat. So instead of getting sexy, my wife gives a suggestion. Have a glass of milk and sit upright. It'll ease your indigestion. Don't let this put you off of marriage. It's all tongue-in-cheek, of course. And who cares if nearly half of them will end in a divorce? You'll have such a massive party, the best day of your life. But it will be quite expensive when she finally becomes your wife.